Good afternoon, Sir Samson and classmates. In this report, we will discuss about line and hanger maintenance. We will discuss its description, function, purpose, importance, and everything in between, such as the MCC and its correlation and purpose when it comes to line maintenance. So, without further ado, let us start our report with line maintenance.
So, good day everyone. Today I'll be talking about a very important part of aircraft maintenance. It is something that keeps flight on time, passengers safe, and planes ready to fly. So, this is called line and hangar maintenance, specifically the kind done directly on the aircraft. So, before we proceed on the first kind of maintenance, um, let me ask you something first. So, when you hear the word maintenance, what do you think of it? Like, what comes to your mind when you hear the word maintenance? So, is it about fixing broken parts? Or is it about preventing failures before they happen? Or maybe changing oils, checking tires, or tightening bolts? So, maintenance isn't just about repairs. In aviation, maintenance is both corrective and preventive. And that's what makes it so essential. So, we're not just solving problems, we're also preventing accidents. And that's exactly what line and hangar maintenance aims to do. So, now, let's talk about line maintenance. So, what is line maintenance? So, line maintenance is the first level of maintenance done directly on the aircraft. It is usually performed while the plane is parked on the ramp, in between flights, or just before departure. So, this make it fast, accessible, and even practical. So, unlike heavy maintenances done inside the hangars, line maintenance is done while the aircraft is still in service, so that it is ready to fly again shortly after the check or repair. Now, you might think these are just simple tasks, but they are very essential. So, technicians performing line maintenance are responsible for many stuffs. So these are the four things that are usually checked. So first is visual inspection of the aircraft exterior and key components. Next on our list is checking the condition of tires and brakes. Another one is replenishing necessary fluids like fuel, oil, and hydraulic fluid. And another one is performing small, quick repairs, such as changing lights or cleaning sensors. So, all of this is done while the aircraft is on the ground for a short time. Sometimes, if needed, small fixes are also done in nearby hangars. But the goal of line maintenance is always to keep the aircraft in service and avoid major delays or downtimes. So, why is line maintenance important? So, it may seem basic, but it is very critical. Why is that? Why is that? It is because it keeps aircraft flying safely and efficiently. So, small issues spotted during a pre flight check can prevent major issues in flight or during landing. So, catching a hydraulic leak or a worn tire before takeoff isn't just about saving money, it is also about saving lives as well. Plus, this kind of maintenance helps avoid expensive and time consuming repairs by addressing issues early. So, at first glance, line maintenance might seem like a basic routine, like something simple that technicians do while the plane is on the ground. But in reality, this is where small actions make a big impact. Let's think about it for a moment. Aircraft operates on a tight schedule. flying multiple legs per day with only short stops in between. During this during those quick turnarounds, there's very little time to waste and absolutely no room for error. That's where line maintenance comes in. So this level of maintenance plays a crucial role in flight safety and reliability by inspecting the aircraft before or after a flight. Technicians can spot and fix potential issues before they become serious problems. So, why is it really important? So, number one on our list, it keeps the aircraft in service. It catches problems early. It also reduces needs for bigger repair. It also saves time and money for the airline. And lastly, it ensures passengers' safety. So, line maintenance also prevents schedule disruptions. What do you mean by schedule disruptions? Yun yung parang matagal na downtime or out of service ng aeroplano because it is being repaired or in maintenance. Which can be costly for airlines. So every time a flight is delayed for technical reasons, it affects passengers, crews, connecting flights, and even ground operations. By doing timely checks and quick fixes, line maintenance helps keep things move smoothly. So in other words, while it may not involve taking apart engines or deep system overhauls, line maintenance is the heartbeat of daily flight operations. So without it, no aircraft would safely leave the ground.
Next, we will discuss about the functions that control line maintenance. So it involves the planning, execution, and oversight of maintenance tasks performed directly on the aircraft while it is on the ground between flights. So these functions include the troubleshooting, routine inspections, defect rectification, component replacement, and servicing tasks such as refueling, tire pressure checks, and hydraulic fluid replenishment. So the maintenance control departments monitor aircraft health, dispatch readiness, and ensure compliance with the airworthiness standards set aviation authorities such as FAA or EASA. They also coordinate with the engineering logistics teams to ensure the right parts, tools, and personnel are available at the right time, ensuring safe and efficient aircraft operations with minimal delays. So without the functions that control this maintenance, aircraft operations would quickly become chaotic and unsafe. For example, if there are no system to monitor maintenance schedules or address reporting defects, a plane could be dispatched with unresolved technical issues, risking passenger safety. So these delays would become frequent due to the lack of coordination in providing necessary parts or skilled technicians at the right time. So the inspections might be missed, leading to undetected wear or damage that could result in flight failures. So these are the core functions. Number one, maintenance control or planning. Number two, technical records management. 3. Defect rectification and MEL control. 4. Certification of release to service or CRS. 5. Quality assurance or compliance monitoring. 6. Tooling and equipment control. 7. Personal qualification and authorization. 8. Shift handover or continuity of maintenance. 9. Maintenance data usage. 10. Safety and human factors monitoring. 11. The ground handling or support coordination. And lastly, 12. Ramp safety and access control. So these 12 functions will be further discussed by Alfred Liza.
So, after ni Switos, i-discuss ano ang function and sino ang mga authorities na nag-regulate nito para sa mga line tenants. Let's proceed sa mga core function or nilalaman ng function na pinatupad ng EASA or FAA. So, ang una, ano nga to? Ano ba to? So, we have the main control and planning. Ensure the all schedule and scheduled tasks are tracked and planned and assigned properly. So, basically, kailangan natin yung mga ginagawa natin, schedule man o hindi, kailangan neto ay nakatrack or nakaplan. And also, kailangan bago mo gawin, kailangan itong naka-assign properly. So next, we have the technical record management. So basically, ito yung technical record management, ito yung mostly na essential kasi kailangan lahat ng nangyayari sa workplace, kung sa tools man or kahit anong utos, kailangan natin i-report or i-log natin lahat ng ginagawa natin. So, next, we have the defect rectification and mail control. So, dito naman, sa defects, ito mostly yung mga ensure yung defects are logged, evaluated, and deferred in compliance with mail minimum equipment list. So, dito, ito yung ine-ensure yung mga defect kailangan nakalog or evaluated, yung mga sira, kailangan mostly na sinusulat natin, same as lang sa technical record management na kailangan ilag kung may defect man ng isang bagay na gagamitin natin para malaman. So next, we have the certification of release to service, which is the CRS. So after natin gawin, so meron pa rin nagche-check, which is yung mga personal confirming that maintenance tasks are complete and airworthy. So basically, after mo, kailangan may nagsa-sign off na kung tama ba yung ginawa mo or mali. So bali parang siya po yung dedicate kung tama ba or mali ba or may mali ba sa ginawa. Pero kung parang sila po yung magsa-sign off kung tama or mali. So next, we have the quality assurance and compliance monitoring. So ensures audit, safety management system, regulatory compliant across operations. So basically, dito nakikita yung kung safety mo ba siyang ginawa, kung gumamit ka ba ng mga personal equipment na kinakailangan ng PPE, mga ganon, yung mga hazardous na mostly na ginagawa pag sa line maintenance ka. So basically, ito yung mga safety management systems, yung mga PPEs such as. So next, last yung pang-anim, which is the tooling and equipment control. So dito naman, it manage the calibration, tool availability, and inspection to ensure safe maintenance. So dapat sa tools, hindi lang aircraft ang ating mini-maintenance. So especially yung tools kung nagpa-functions ba siya ng tama or kailangan na siyang palitan or such, mga ganon. And also kailangan din natin siyang inspect, hindi yung puro gamit lang, parang ganon. That's it. So next, we have the personal qualification and authorization. So basically, all maintenance personnel must be properly licensed, and also yung kailangan qualified yung mechanicos kung ano yung task na perform nila, kailangan naka-indicate doon sa kanilang lisensya. And also para sa human factors, dapat alam nila kung anong meron or anong pwedeng maging possible na mangyayari kung sa mga ginagawa nilang maintenance, such as like fatigue, stress, and loss of communication. Essential to lalo na para ma-prevent natin yung errors. So next, we have the shift, handover, and continuity of maintenance. So ano nga to? So kailangan, ito ang pag-shift ng tao, kunyari pang umaga, so mag-shift, magpapalit sa iyo ng panggabi. So basically, it is crucial sa ating mechanics, tayong mga mechanic, crucial to because kung hindi alam ng kasunod natin, it can cause incorrect maintenance or incomplete. So basically, kailangan kapag yung mag-ship sa'yo, dapat alam na nila or clear or structured transfer na transfer na information kung ano ba yung mga natapos mo, yung mga gagawin mo pa lang, or yung mga dapat kulang na kailangan niya pang tapusin. So next, we have is yung maintenance data usage. So ating maintenance data usage. So basically, meron lang naman tayong sinusunod na manual, which is the AMM. So kailangan lang naman di outdated yung manual. Dapat kapag binigyan ka, check mo muna kung updated ba to or outdated na siya to prevent errors or parang hindi i-prevent nito yung mga errors na sa technicians kung mali mo yung manual na ginagamit mo outdated na siya, parang ganun. So next, we have the human safety and human factors monitoring. So ano ba yon? So monitoring, managing issues like fatigue, distraction, communication, stress environment. So lalo na sa ating mga aircraft mechanics. So human error is a major contributor to aviation incidents. So alam niyo naman kung nagkamali man lang tayo, sabi nga sa aing namin, kapag kahit mekaniko lang magkamali, dadamay na lahat. So bali, it is awareness to mitigation of human factor, reduce the risk mistakes during maintenance tasks. So kailangan dapat alam mo yung human factors na nangyayari. So ground handling and support coordination. So what does it mean? So proper coordination of ground service. So yung mga ground service natin, yung example which is the fueling, aircraft towing, lavatory, and portable water servicing. So kailangan communicate talaga kasi it can cause miscommunication or poor execution, and ground handling can lead to damage or delay flights and safety hazards. Coordination ensure tasks are completely, correctly, and safely. So kailangan yung ground services, kailangan talagang may connection ka lalo na pag line maintenance ka. So next, we have yung ramp safety and access control. So dito naman, basically, ito yung ini-ensure the ramp area where aircraft park service are safe para sa ating mga mekaniko, and yung equipments kailangan hindi pa kalat-kalat. So access is limited to authorized personnel. So kailangan ikaw lang, yung mga mekaniko lang talaga, and yung kung sino lang talaga yung naka-assign sa properly na task, kailangan siya lang yung nag-handle ng ramp safety. Kasi mostly, dahil sobrang delikado talaga, lalo na pag nasa ground ka. So it prevents unauthorized access which lead to theft, sabotage, or accident, and also ensure that safety procedures. So basically, minsan may mga nagnanakaw, pero bihira lang naman siguro mostly na nangyayari sa ramp safety natin is yung mga na-aksidente through the engine, yung hinihigop na engine kapag malapit ka or wala, kung hindi mo alam kung anong mga dapat mangyari, lalo na kung nasa ground area or ramp area ka, lalo na pag magpapark, yung maling position, yung mga pakalit-kalit na tools. So yun yung kailangan nating iwasan, lalo na sa ating mechanic, kasi it can cause big damage sa ating aircraft.
A maintenance control center, or the MCC, is the central control and data collection point for maintenance at an airline or other aircraft operator. At most airlines, the MCC operates 24 hours a day to track maintenance discrepancies and the inspection status of all aircraft. It centrally manages all aircraft technical issues, from real-time defect resolution, especially for aircraft ground situations, to coordinating repairs and overseeing maintenance planning. Other operators, such as companies with large aviation fleets, might also set up at a 24-hour MCC. The Maintenance Control Center is the central hub for managing and overseeing all aircraft maintenance activities for an airline or other aircraft operator. The MCC is crucial for an airline's operational efficiency and safety, minimizing downtime, enhancing decision-making, and maintaining aircraft to the highest standards. It acts as the nerve center for maintenance operations, working to ensure aircraft worthiness, safety, and operational readiness for the entire fleet. The MCC functions: maintenance planning and scheduling, develops and manages maintenance plans and schedules for the entire fleet, considering factors like aircraft utilization, regulatory compliance, and specific maintenance requirements. Works closely with the Operation Control Center, or the OCC, to integrate maintenance requirements into the daily flight schedule, ensuring aircraft are available for necessary checks and repairs. arranges for and oversees maintenance at airports not designated as main maintenance base, often coordinating with third-party maintenance providers. In some organizations, the MCC prepares, plans, and supervises maintenance inspections and work packages. The second one is maintenance coordination. Coordinates with various departments with the maintenance organizations such as line maintenance, base maintenance, and engineering. Facilitates communication and collaboration between different teams involved in maintenance operations. Lastly is the third, which is technical support. Provides technical guidance and support to maintenance personnel and flight crews, assisting in resolving technical issues and troubleshooting defects. Fourth one is aircraft availability and safety. Ensures the aircraft are released for flight only when they are deemed airworthy and safe. Monitors the fleet in real time and manages any AOG or aircraft on ground situations. Fifth is communication and reporting. Maintains constant communication with operations and other relevant departments. Prepares and distributes daily reports on critical issues, delays, and other relevant informations. Serving as a vital link between flight operations, engineering, materials, or logistics, and external maintenance organization, ensuring all stakeholders are updated on aircraft status. Last is monitoring and control. Monitors the effectiveness of maintenance procedures and identifies areas for improvement. Ensures that deferred defects are managed and tracked appropriately. Analyze technical delays and their impact on operations.
The MCC or Maintenance Control Center responsibilities are complete all daily checks on designated aircraft. MCC ensure that all necessary daily inspection and safety checks are done on specific aircraft to make sure they are safe and ready to fly. Perform transit or turnaround maintenance as needed. When an aircraft lands and is scheduled for a short stop before taking off again, MCC oversees any quick maintenance needed during the short turnaround time. Coordinate servicing of this aircraft. MCC manage the scheduling and organization of maintenance work, ensuring each aircraft gets the service it's needed. Troubleshoot maintenance problem and schedule repairs. If any maintenance issue arises, MCC finds solution and decided whether the issue can be fixed quickly during turnaround or should be deferred to a later more convenient time. Coordinate with other departments. MCC works with different teams like stores and material engineering. For stores and material engineering, or for parts and technical materials. Inspecting and planning for scheduling and quality checks. Other ME or maintenance and engineering units is to solve maintenance problem at either the main base or other airports. The MCC keep tracks of all aircraft in flight and outstation. The MCC continuously monitor aircraft, whether they are currently flying or located at outstations, to ensure awareness of their status and needs. All maintenance needs of this vehicle are coordinated through the MCC. All maintenance tasks, including routine checks, emergency repairs, or scheduled servicing, are centrally managed by the MCC to ensure aircraft are safe and compliant. The MCC coordinates downtime and schedule changes with the flight department. If an aircraft requires downtime for maintenance, the MCC collaborates with the flight operation department to adjust flight schedules and minimize disruption. Some airlines might have a supervisor offline station to coordinate on station activities but considered to be part of the home base MCC operations. Airline may place maintenance supervisor at outstation but they still function under the home-based MCC, ensuring centralized oversight and standardized procedures.
So now that we are done discussing what is line maintenance, its roles, importance, functions, including the MCC and its correlation to line maintenance, I will now discuss the operation when it comes to general terms of line maintenance and its importance in order to ensure the safety and legality of our aviation industry. In line maintenance operation, the first step is preparation and planning. In preparation and planning, we always have the review and analysis of every log associated, connected, and pertains the aircraft we are going to do the line maintenance upon, since we need to ensure that the aircraft has no current issues or problems that needs to be addressed before performing the line maintenance, since it can have ongoing issues or ongoing problems that needs major repairs or major alterations. Thus, it requires hangar maintenance instead of line maintenance. And including in the preparation and planning is to validate technical data. Do we have the proper personnel, the proper tools and equipments in order to do or operate the line maintenance properly and completely? And when it comes to tools, personnel, and equipment, it is connected to our next step, which is pre-task setup. In pre-task setup, it's basically the confirmation that every personnel is properly licensed, every tool is properly calibrated, and every equipment is in its proper size and proper serial number to ensure that our aircraft is properly maintained and is still airworthy when it flies to its next destination. So our first two steps is basically the preparation of our personnel, equipment, and plan, so that we know what to do to the aircraft, who will do the line operation, and what do we need in order to do the line operation itself. So the third step in line maintenance is initial aircraft access and safety, where in this step we have the access panels and safety checks, where we open record access panels, confirm de-energization, bleed air shutdown, hydraulic power isolation, and grounding prior to doing any work, since we need to ensure the safety of our personnel and the aircraft before doing any work, so we can avoid any incidents or accidents due to mismanagement. Included in this step is a pre-flight or transit inspection, where we conduct exterior walk around so we can take a look at the landing gears, control surfaces, lights, tires, or any other part of the aircraft, so we can ensure that there is no defect before the flight that can hinder its operation during in the air. So the next step or fourth step is task execution. In task execution, we have the visual and system inspection, where it inspects structural and system components per task card or AMM, where it includes fluids, filters, lines, and billboard inspections, since not only do we need to ensure the safety of the external of the aircraft, but also its internal components, where we need to ensure that it has a properly working and it is working as intended and has not any defects that can hinder during on-air operation. Next is the troubleshooting and rectification in this step, where we diagnose and address reported defects, perform functional checks, swap LRU, replace filters, tires, lights, while ensuring that every step is according to the regulatory body or airline generated document, such as the AMM procedures. Another thing in this step is fluid servicing or lubrication, where we add or replace engine oil, hydraulic fluids, service brake, reservoir, while following our AMM or task card that was sent to us during line maintenance. And so, the next and fifth step is testing and operational checks, where functional test is included. This is where we conduct operational and system tests per document, such as AD and AMM. Such examples are avionics initialization, pressure recharging, or engine start checklist. So we can ensure that each replaced part or system functions as intended to ensure the safety of our aircraft during its on-air operation. In this step, we also have the verification and operational readiness, where we confirm all of the components such as lights, instruments, or indicators operates correctly and is aligned with our performance parameters. Next step is documentation and certification. Since after planning, doing the operation, doing the repair, and confirming that everything works properly, we need to document everything. This is where record entries comes in, where all performed tasks such as including replacements, rectifications, and findings are logged in our aircraft maintenance logbook per part 145 in our CFR manual. And in this step, we also have the sign-off by our certifying staff, since it is very important that the license maintenance signs off in our logbook, noting the time in service, data, part serial numbers, calibration details, and confirms compliance with procedures so we can have a record of the legality and operation of the line maintenance done upon the aircraft during that time and day. After documentation, the next step would be clean up and system restoration, where we need to secure the aircraft again. It is done via closing all access panels, removing tooling, restoring electrical and hydraulic power, removing chocks, cones, and safety tags so we can ensure that there is no hindrance or FOD during the initial aircraft operation. And in this step, we also have the finalization of handoff, where the technicians that was doing the line maintenance brief flight crew and MCC on the ongoing issues or observations prior to departure so they can have an idea on what was done to the aircraft or is there any other problem on the aircraft that was found by the technician doing the line maintenance. And next step would be logistics and follow-up, where we have the parts consumption and inventory, where we need to update inventory levels, pre-order used parts, truck remove LRUs, and organize for overhaul or return per distribution procedures. Thus, including in this step actually is the defect control feedback, where any unresolved or returning defects are escalated via technical operation control or MCC for further review so we can actually decide if the aircraft is still airworthy or should be an aircraft on ground case. Since if there is a recurring issue, we can actually just order parts or just replace the parts according to the manufacturer recommendations sent by the MCC to the line maintenance crew.
Good day everyone and sir, today we're gonna talk about the hangar. What is a hangar? Hangar maintenance, whether or not the airline actually has a hangar for such activity, refers to that maintenance which is done on and out of service, or ODS, aircraft. This includes any major maintenance or modification on aircraft that have been temporarily removed from the flight schedule, usually for that expresses purpose. So, what is a hangar? A hangar is a spacious enclosed facility specifically designed to house aircraft during maintenance activities, providing shelter from environmental elements such as rain, wind, and dust. This controlled environment is essential for protecting sensitive aircraft components and ensuring that maintenance work can be performed safely and without interruption due to weather conditions. The structure is typically built with large doors and ample interior space to accommodate aircraft of various size and to allow easy movement of personnel and equipment. So, inside the hangar, the layout is organized to optimize workflow and efficiency, with designed areas for different types of maintenance tasks, including inspections, repairs, and testing. Workstations are equipped with specialized tools and diagnostic equipment tailored to aircraft systems, such as avionics, engines, hydraulics, and airframes storage. Storage areas are also integrated within the hangar to house spare parts, consumables, and safety gear, ensuring that everything needed for maintenance is readily accessible. The organization of the hangar emphasizes safety and compliance with aviation regulations, incorporating features such as adequate lighting, ventilation, and fire suppression systems. Clear signage and marked pathways help coordinate personnel movement and material handling, reducing the risk of accidents. Overall, the hangar serves as a critical hub for aircraft maintenance, combining environmental control, efficient space utilization, and safety measures to support high quality and timely aircraft servicing. So, next slide is the core functions of a hangar. A hangar is a vital facility in aviation, serving as a large, specialized building primarily designed for the maintenance, inspection, repair, and storage of aircraft. Its core functions are multifaceted, beginning with aircraft maintenance and repair, encompassing both routine scheduled checks, A checks, B checks, C checks, and D checks. So, crucial unscheduled repairs arising from technical issues or damage, along with complex component replacements like engines and landing gear, Furthermore, hangars are essential for inspection and testing, providing a controlled environment for systematic checks of aircraft structures and systems and enabling post-maintenance functional tests to verify airworthiness. Beyond these technical rules, hangars are critical for aircraft storage and protection, offering shelter from adverse weather and unauthorized access, thereby preserving the aircraft's conditions and security. They function as a central hub for logistic and support, facilitating the movement and management of parts, tools, and equipment, while also providing a safe, controlled workspace equipped with necessary utilities and safety measure for personnel. Other core functions of a hangar are modifying airframe or systems in response to service bulletins, airworthiness directives, or engineering orders. Performing scheduled heavy checks like C&D checks, like I've said earlier, heavy maintenance visits, and then removing and installing aircraft engines, like I said earlier, and then painting and refurbishing aircraft exteriors and interiors, conducting special inspections as required by aviation authorities, and overhauling major components such as landing gear and flight control systems and engines. Next slide is the advantages of a hangar. So what are the advantages of a hangar? So firstly is the protection from harsh weather like rain, hail, sunlight, etc. And it can also prevent the corrosion or damage. The next is security limits to unauthorized access, reducing risk of theft, vandalism, or any possible effects that can disturb or destroy the procedure of maintaining or the maintenance of the aircraft. Then next is it is more efficient because of centralized tools, parts, and support teams for faster and higher quality of output. And also the cost savings by reducing the downtime and avoiding delays due to environmental factors. Next is where it is usually located. So the location are usually the aircraft parking base, so the main open space for positioning one or more aircraft during maintenance. Then next is the typical hangar maintenance workflow. So the typical hangar maintenance workflow involves aircraft arrival and documentation, scheduling and assigning maintenance tasks, and executing inspections and repairs, conducting quality checks, and finally, completing documentation for aircraft release back to service. So lastly, the typical hangar maintenance workflow starts with preparing the hangar. It must be clean, organized, and stocked with all necessary tools, ground support equipment, and safety systems. After carefully towing the aircraft into the hangar and securing it with chocks and ground devices, maintenance teams review all relevant documents. This includes maintenance schedules, service bulletins, airworthiness directives, and technical manuals. So this phase involves detailed planning and team briefings to clarify task assignments and raise safety awareness. Next, panels and access points are removed for thorough inspections, which often use specialized techniques like non-destructive testing to find cracks, corrosion, and other hidden defects. Then, the next steps involve performing both scheduled and unscheduled maintenance tasks such as repairs, replacing components, and overhauling system. Components removed during disassembly are often sent to repair shops for specialized fixes or refurbishments. So the workflow also includes corrosion control, cleaning, and lubrication to keep the aircraft in good shape. Once the maintenance is done, functional and operational tests are conducted to confirm airworthiness. Stringent quality control inspections and document reviews ensure adherence to regulatory standards before final system checks take place. So the process ends with the safe return of the aircraft to service, making it sure it is ready for operational use.
So now, we're gonna tackle about organization of hangar maintenance. So, what is hangar maintenance? A hangar maintenance refers in depth inspection, repair, overhaul, and servicing of aircraft inside controlled environment hangar. Dito natin ginagawa yung mga inspection or servicing sa aircraft sa loob ng hangar, and it involves scheduled routine and unscheduled tasks to maintain the aircraft in airworthy condition. And it's focused on minimizing aircraft downtime and ensuring operational readiness and meeting safety regulation. Next is what is the importance of hangar maintenance. So ensuring the flight safety by detecting potential issues before they cause failure, and extend aircraft lifespan through proper care and inspections, and meet regulation requirements set by Aviation Authority, which is CAA or FAA or EASA, and increase operational efficient by reducing unexpected breakdown. Also protects environments by preventing costly repair through preventive measures. So next is organization structures of hangar maintenance. So maintenance management oversees all maintenance tasks, schedule, and staff, and planning, engineering, prepare works packages or inspection checklists, and updates manuals. So inaayos dito yung mga and nilalagay dito yung mga updated na manuals. And next is line and base maintenance team, perform routine and heavy checks like A checks, B checks, C checks, and D checks. So dito ginagawa. Also the quality control or quality assurance to ensure compliance with safety and maintenance standards, and store and inventory management, track the tools, so tinatrack natin yung mga tools dito. Also the spare parts of the kailangan natin sa aircraft, and also the consumables like yung mga consumables natin na parts sa aircraft or pwede nating magamit sa aircraft. And next is rules and responsibilities. Maintenance manager supervise operation and ensures compliance, and manage resources. Also the supervisors is also assigned tasks and monitor the technician to ensure deadlines are met. And aircraft technicians and engineers, they perform repairs, inspections, and modification, and the quality of inspector, verify maintenance work, and certify airworthiness. Next is logistics and inventory staff, manage the spare parts, tool, and materials. Next, we're gonna talk about the hangar layout or design. So first is we have a work bay. It's organized the zone for the aircraft parking and repair. And next is the tool. We have a tool crib. Tool cribs is dedicated tool storage with tracking system. Also, we have a part storage and shelving. It's also a categorized area for easy retrieval of components. Also, we have office and planning rooms for engineers and administrative staff. And last, we have a safety zone. We have a fire suppression system, and also we have hazardous material and storage. Next is we have typical types of maintenance performed in hangar. So, mga types na ginagawa natin sa loob ng hangar. So, we have scheduled maintenance. First is for the scheduled maintenance, we have A checks. So, ito yung every 400 to 600 flight hour. China-check natin yung aircraft. And we have a B checks for every 6 to 8 months. C checks for every 20 to 24 months, and D checks, this is the major overhaul, every 6 to 10 years. Then next is we have unscheduled maintenance, and this is the unexpected repair due to component failure. So mga unexpected na failure. So yun. Next is components overhaul and testing. So tinatesting natin dito yung engine, landing gear, avionics, and etc. Then next is we have a modification and upgrade. Then dito meron tayong installation of new system. Pinapalitan natin yung mga new updates ng system or technologies ng aircraft. If mayroong mga updates system sa kailangan natin ilagay. Then safety and environmental protocols. We have first is we have fire safety measures. So dito meron tayong fire extinguishers, suppression system, and emergency drills. Next is hazardous materials management, and we have safety handling of oils, fuels, and chemicals. And then professional protective equipment, to kailangan din to, like mga PPE, helmets, gloves, glasses, and ear protection before tayo mag-start ng inspection or mga procedure sa pag-ayos ng aircraft. Then floor markings and clear signage. So ito yung to ensure the safety working of the environment. Then environmental compliance. So this is the waste disposal and pollution control.
And that would be our last topic for the day. I hope you have learned something and thank you for listening.